చాలా
Today topic is displacement, velocity and acceleration diagrams when the follower moves with simple harmonic motion. When the follower moves with simple harmonic motion. Just all of you observe the diagram. So that is the displacement diagram. First you have to see the displacement diagram. So that is how to construct the displacement diagram. That is very important. In this, I showed that is what the portion is having the our cam. So that is the for getting the one complete revolution. The cam is getting the one complete revolution. It occupies the 360 degrees angle. So that 360 degrees angle is dividing into the four portions. It is consisting of the four portions. That is the first one is representing with outstroke period, and second one is the dwell period, and third one is the return stroke period, and final fourth one is the remaining dwell period. Remaining dwell period. So in this, so what are the outstroke is there and the return strokes are there. So those are that portion is dividing into even number of equal parts. Even number of equal parts. So for example, let us take that. So this is having the our outstroke period is 90 degrees. Let us take the small assumption. Our theta naught value is the 90 degrees. So 90 degrees by 6. So nearly to have 15 degrees each one. So the horizontal portion, what the portion is having here, so that is the dividing into even number of equal parts. Let us say 4, 6, 8 or 10, whatever it may be. So that is even number of equal parts is required. So in this 8 even, okay, 8. So first you have to draw the one horizontal line and place it the our outstroke period and dwell period and return stroke period and remaining dwell periods. Later you have to draw the lift value in our vertical direction. Okay, at the beginning of the session just you have to draw the lift or stroke value. So that stroke value that is there, so yes is there. So let us take the our assumption. Let us take that this is the 30 mm. Let us take the stroke value is 30 mm. So that 30 mm vertical line is there. 30 mm vertical line is there. Now construct a just rectangular box type. Just you have to draw the rectangular box type with the values of this is the our this is totally 360 degrees angle. So but angular, okay, so angular displacement is not drawn in our linear way. So you have to take the scale. So just you have to take the scale value. So that is the just you have to take the scale for x-axis only. For x-axis scale. So that is the 3 degrees. Three degrees equals to 1 mm. So 3 degrees equals to 1 mm. So that means nearly to have 360 degrees angle is there. So how much of the mm is required? So 360 by 3. So that means 120 mm. Just you have to take the 120 mm line, horizontal line, 120 mm horizontal line, and our vertical stroke is same. Vertical value is the our vertical stroke value is the 30 mm. So you may not okay converted, you may not okay apply the scale value to the vertical section here. Vertical section. This is applying for only horizontal section, horizontal portion. This is only for horizontal portion. So just you have to construct the just you have to draw the okay 120 mm line horizontal line and 30 mm vertical line. Now just you have to finish okay now you have to draw the rectangular box type with the values. So these are there, and in this so the now we have to represent the our outstroke period and our dwell period. This is the dwell and this is the return stroke period, and this is the remaining dwell periods. So in this outstroke value, for example, they may also give you okay 120 degrees angle, 120 degrees angle. So 120 by 8. So 120 by 8. So how much of angle is there? 120 by 8. So that means 15 degrees. Each part is taken to be 15 degrees. So that means 15 by 3. 15 degrees by 3. So that means 5 mm. Each part value is the 5 mm. So just you have to divide the even number of equal parts with the each part value is the 5 mm. So just you have to draw the okay 8 parts. And similarly to take here, so this is the return stroke period is return stroke period. Return stroke period is again return stroke is also taken to be 60 degrees, 60 degrees angle, 60 degrees angle, 60 by 3 again. Sorry, 60 degrees angle, 60 by 8, 8 parts, just it is also converted into 8 parts. 60 by 8 means how much? So nearly to have 7 point something. So if it is not possible to dividing into the even number of equal parts, then you have to take the line division method. So why? Because so this length is okay 60 degrees. 60 degrees 60 degrees means how much of the mm is there? 60 by 3. 60 by 3. That means 20 mm. It is having the 20 mm length. So that 20 mm length is dividing into even number of equal parts. If it is not possible to okay make the even number of equal parts, so then simply to take the line division method. So that is the line division method, already we know that. So that is the just you have to take the one inclined line, and so that inclined line length is okay for example 24 mm. So 24 mm is dividing into the even number of equal parts. 24 mm is dividing into even number of equal parts. Each part value is the 3 mm. Just you have to split up the 8. Okay, just you have to split up the 8 parts. So 8 parts, and the last part is okay just connected with the our last portion, and now we have to draw the parallel lines for our line division method, for our line division method. So this way you have to okay dividing the our portion, our horizontal portion. So this is the 20 mm. So this is also convert. This is also dividing into the same number of even equal parts, 8 parts. So now give the numbering. So that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here you have to represent the okay reverse order. So that is the 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Later, you have to draw the one semicircle with the radius of our s by 2, with the radius of s by 2. So that semicircle is okay. Uh, that is the our what is the vertical portion is there. just you have to identify the midpoint of vertical portion. So this is the our mid portion. So from this is a center. Okay, this is taken as a center, and now you have to draw the now we have to draw the okay semicircle with the radius of s by 2 with the radius of s by 2. Later, this semicircle is also dividing into the same number of even equal parts. So that means the semicircle occupies 180 degrees angle. 180 by 8. 180 by 8. So just you will make the calculation. Just okay, 180 by 8. 180 by 8. So 22.5 degrees. So just you have to take the protractor and place it here. Just you have to place it here at the center. Okay, and 22.5 and 45 and again 45 plus 22.5, that is 77 point something is here, 72.5. And 90. Okay, so just you have to make the okay 90 plus 22.5 and 135. Okay, 135 plus 22.5, so 157.5 and 180. So this way you have to dividing the our even number of equal parts with the protractor. So now, so when you are dividing the even number of equal parts, just pass on it to the our just pass it to the our lines. So that is the our just pass it to the lines. So give the numbering one, that is also started with the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Later you have to send it. Okay, so horizontal projections from our semicircle. Okay, from our semicircle, so that is the 7 to up to our last. Okay, so on 6 and 5 and 4 3 2 1, just you have to draw the horizontal projections from our division. Okay, divisional points. Now, so what the okay horizontal portion is also dividing even number of equal parts. Now we have to draw the vertical projections from the divisional points. So so that is also happening. Where the intersection of 1 1, just you will see that where the intersection of 1 1 and 2 2 and 3 3 and 4 4 and 5 5 and 6 6 and 7 7 and 80, and similar way 8 8 and 7 7 and our 6 6. Okay, so similar way you have to mark on the those points and give the representation. So that is that representation is here. So a b c d e a, okay, a up to b c d e f g h. Okay, and I j k l m n o p. So you have to represent the some symbols. So our outstroke period is the 120 degrees and dwell period is the 30 degrees here, and remaining dwell is 60 degrees here. So now we have to generate the curve by the marking points, So that is similarly to give here. Okay, one is generating here. Type of curve is generating here. This is the procedure for construction of displacement diagram. It is very important. If you have to make the any problem regarding the simple harmonic motion, first you have to draw the this diagram, displacement diagram with the given values. Did you understand? Now going to see the velocity diagram. So that velocity diagram, so at the beginning of the stroke is 0, but when it reaches to the mid of the stroke, so it may also get the maximum velocity, and when it reaches to the end of the outstroke is also going to 0, and dwell period is velocity is maintained the 0, and coming to the beginning of the return stroke is 0, and when it reaches to the mid of the return stroke is maximum, and when it reaches to the end of the return stroke is again going to 0. Remaining dwell period is also stationary mode. So that way they should maintain the velocity. And now going to see the acceleration. So acceleration uh, when the beginning of the stroke, it may also get the maximum acceleration, and when it reaches to the mid of the stroke is going to be 0, and at the end of the stroke is also going to maximum. So this is the way is approached to the particular follower motion, particular follower type of the motion. So this is the acceleration diagram. Do you understand how to construct the our displacement diagram, and what type of curve is what type of approach is followed to the velocities and our accelerations for our simple harmonic motion? Is it clear? We have the small derivation part is here regarding this one. So that is all of you observe. We are going to find out the maximum velocity and maximum accelerations. So you see that if it is taken to be a simple harmonic motion, so then you have to take the one circle with the center of circle is O, the center of circle O. And now in our circle you have to choose a one point. So you have to choose a one point. So the point P is there. That projection is P dash is there. That projection is P dash. This point, okay, this point is also makes some, okay, makes simple harmonic motion. The point is making the some motion. So that motion is simple harmonic type of the motion is there. And our circle radius is S by 2. Circle radius value is the S by 2. Radius of the circle is S by 2. And the point P is moving with the velocity of V suffix P. Point P is moving with the velocity of V suffix P. And type of motion is simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion. So now going to see here. Therefore, peripheral speed of the point P dash. So P dash. So that is the projection. So peripheral speed of the point P dash Vp equals to pi into S by 2 into 1 by T naught. So just observe that. How we write the our velocity value for our point P. Point P. So that is the when the point P is making the oscillations, when the point P is making the some oscillations. So what is the maximum displacement is to be achieved here. So that is the maximum value is the pi. So that is the, just you will see that. So how much of area is covering in this one? So that is the this circumference. So this circumference of the point is only this will reach us to the, so this one just it will reach us to the up to this portion to this portion. So that circumference value is how much? So that is the our pi. So that circumference is pi. And radius. What is the radius is approached here? So what is the radius is there? So that is so that means S by 2. So that means angular displacement value is the pi here. So the theta value is pi. The theta is the pi, and our radius is the S by 2. So that means when we find out the displacement, so for example, if we have to write the this point displacement, so the displacement value simply to write here theta r. So the theta is pi and r is the s by 2. That is the displacement. But we have to write the our velocity. So velocity means displacement with respect to time. So that's why dividend with the okay r multiplying with 1 by t naught. So that is the just simplifying that pi omega s by 2 theta naught is the our velocity. Is the our velocity. Is the our velocity. Now going to find the maximum velocity of the follower on the outstroke period. Let us take the outstroke period. So from our outstroke period, V naught equals to, okay, so that representation is different. V naught, outstroke is representing with V naught. V naught equals to, so pi omega s by 2 theta naught here. So 2 theta naught here. That is the maximum velocity of the follower. Now going to find the maximum acceleration. Now going to find the acceleration. But before going to find the maximum acceleration, they may also take the another value, that is the acceleration of the point P. So for getting the acceleration of point P, you have to take the one formula is there. So that is the V square by R. V square by R. So that is the R means OP value. V square is the pi omega s by 2 theta naught square into OP. OP means s by 2. That is the OP value. So OP is the radius. So OP radius value is the s by 2. So when it is multiplying here, that is 2 by s. That is 2 by s. So then the value is achieved here pi square omega square s by 2 theta naught square. 2 theta naught square. That is the acceleration of the point P. And similarly to write here, maximum acceleration of the follower on the outstroke equals to pi square omega square s by 2 theta naught square. 2 theta naught square. So those are the maximum accelerations and maximum velocities are achieved by the help of particular derivation. Now similarly to write maximum velocity during return stroke, V suffix r. So that is simply to replace with the theta naught is theta r, pi omega s by 2 theta r. And maximum acceleration during return stroke pi square omega square s by 2 theta r square. 2 theta r square. So those are the values we achieve here from our simple harmonic motion. Is it clear? Did you understand how to achieve the velocity and the accelerations? Now going to see the next derivation. So that is the simple uniform acceleration and retardation. So when the follower moves with uniform acceleration and retardation, then what type of displacement is there and the velocity is there and the accelerations are there. Just we will see here. So already I told that that is our displacement. So the displacement value is the 360 degrees angle, but it is not possible to represent our angular displacement in our linear way. So that's why you have to take the scale again. So that is the just you have to take the scale. So that scale is same. That scale is only applicable for x-axis. So that is the 3 degrees equals to 3 degrees equals to 1 mm. 1 mm. So now just observe that first you have to draw the one horizontal line with the distance of 120 mm. 120 mm. So in this what they are given, that is the our theta naught value. So outstroke is how much, and our dwell period is how much, and our return stroke is how much, and the remaining dwell is how much. So if they mentioned, okay, so uh, we have to take the same values, that is the theta naught equals to 120 degrees, and our dwell is 30 degrees, and return stroke is 60 degrees. Return stroke is 60 degrees. So you have to we have to mention, we have to represent their values here. So that is the 120 degrees means 120 by 3. So 120 by 3 means, so 40 mm length. So this is the 40 mm length. So the length of the portion is the 40 mm. So 120 by 3 degrees. Okay, 120 by 3 means 40 mm length. So that 40 mm is dividing into 8 even equal parts. Why? Because even number of equal parts are required. So that portion is dividing into even number of equal parts. 40 by 8 means each part value is the 5 mm. So just you have to, okay, division. You have to division our 40 mm portion in our 8 parts. Later, our return stroke is only 20 mm. So the 20 mm is also dividing into even number of equal parts. If it is not possible to make by the scale, so then simply to approach the our okay, line division method. Just you have to remember the line division method. Okay, then you have to division the particular portion, 8 division parts. So then give the numbering 1 2 3 4 up to 8, and again this is also same way. Okay, uh, so that is the reverse order in this side. This side also written as the reverse order or another symbols. So that is the 1 dash 2 dash 3 dash, whatever it may be. Now you have to draw the vertical portion. So that vertical portion is our stroke. That vertical portion is represented with the stroke value. So that stroke value, let us take the 30 mm. Let us take the 30 mm. So now construct a box with the help of the values, with the help of their values. That is the our 120 and 30. 120 and 30 box is there. So this portion, so what is the mid stroke is there. So only you have dividing into the even number of equal parts. Now you have to identify the mid of the stroke. That is the 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So fourth, okay, fourth value. So that fourth value, okay, now you have to divide the, okay, what are the divisional points are there? Just you have to draw the vertical lines. Vertical lines, okay, just you have to draw the vertical lines of our divisional points, in this, what is the mid strokes are there? So that is that mid stroke value is also dividing into the even number of equal parts. That mid stroke is also dividing in even number of equal parts. That is the 8 parts. So that means 30 mm is there and 8 parts are required. So if it is not possible to make that, so simply to approach the line division method. Simply to approach the line division method. Just you have to represent, okay, you have to take the line division method. So that way you have to divide our mid stroke, and similarly to in our return stroke period also. So that is the, just you have to make the, okay, same thing in our return stroke also. So those points are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and over here 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, 6 dash, whatever it may be. So the representation is there. Later, so what are the divisional points are there of our mid stroke? Just you have to connect the lines from our beginning of the stroke to end of the stroke. Beginning of the stroke to end of the stroke. So that is our A to A, B, C, D, only 4. Okay. And our first 4 points are connected to the beginning of the stroke, and the next 4 points are connected to the end of the return stroke. That is the our, okay. So this is the written J. So that is the our end of the stroke is here. So from that, so just connect the another 4 points. Another 4 points. And the same approach is also followed in our return stroke also. So the mid stroke is also dividing into the number of equal parts. So then this is the return stroke beginning period is this place. Okay, this is the our beginning. So just 4 parts are divided. So how many parts are there? So that first, okay, beginning of the return stroke is dividing into the 4 equal parts. Okay, just connect it with the 4 parts, and other are connected with the end of the return stroke parts. Okay, so that way you have to connect it. Now you are going to see that. So where the intersection of 1A and 2B and 3C and 4D, 4D, okay, 5E and 6F and 7G and 8H. So just mark on the points. Just mark on the points. Now you have to generate the curve by the marking points. Now you have to generate the curve by the marking points. By the marking points. So now you have to get the again curve is there. Okay, parabolic type of curve is there. Is it clear how to construct the our displacement diagram? Later, that is the okay displacement diagram. Now going to see the velocity diagram point of view. So at the beginning of the stroke is the velocity is going to okay velocity is taken to be 0, and when it reaches to the mid of the stroke is going to be maximum. But okay at the end of the stroke again going to okay 0. But the way of approaching is it maintains the okay triangular shape. It maintains the triangular shape of the outstroke, and return stroke is also making the same. Okay, that is the approach to follow of our velocities and our acceleration. So acceleration point of view, at the beginning of the stroke, acceleration is maximum, but when it will reaches to the mid of the stroke is going to again 0, and when it reaches to end of the stroke again going to take the maximum. So beginning to up to our mid. Okay, so this is the way. So that is the way is approach to the particular way is there. Okay, these are the velocity and acceleration diagrams. Follow the. Now going to see the small derivation part belongs to the regarding to this one. So what is the procedure is there? Just before going to derivation part, so we have to take the some symbol notations. Those are the theta naught and theta are the our out stroke period and return stroke periods. Omega is the angular velocity of the cam, and just all of you observe that time required for the follower during outstroke T naught equals to theta naught by omega. Am I right that T naught equals to theta naught by omega, isn't it? So definitely write it. Why? Because omega equals to theta naught by T naught. Already know the formulas, basic fundamental formulas. Omega equals to theta naught by T naught. So similar way T naught equals to theta naught by omega, and similarly to write TR equals to theta R by omega. And now going to take the mean velocity of the follower during outstroke. So mean velocity. So that is the what is the formula is there. So that is the velocity means displacement with respect to time. So that is the mean velocity equals to S by T naught. So S is the stroke, S by T naught. And similarly to write for our return stroke also S by T naught and S by TR. And now these are the mean velocities of the our outstroke and return stroke. And similarly to write maximum velocities of the follower.
So when we take the our maximum velocity, simply to take here, so that is the 2 times of, okay, 2 times of the our mean velocities. So that mean velocity value is the s by t naught. So 2 into s by t naught. So that value is the 2 omega s by theta naught. 2 omega s by theta naught. And similarly to write for our return stroke, that is the 2 omega s by theta r. 2 omega s by theta r. So that is the velocity during the outstroke period. Maximum velocity during the outstroke is 2 omega s by theta naught. And now going to find the maximum acceleration. For getting the maximum acceleration, so a naught equals to velocity by time. So that time is t naught by 2. Why? Because the maximum acceleration is also achieved up to only a mid of the stroke, up to our only mid of the stroke. So mid of the stroke means time is also half of the time is required. So v naught by t naught by 2. So that means 2 into 2 omega s by t naught into theta naught. So that means simplifying the equation, 4 omega s by t naught means again theta naught by omega. So that is the, when we substituted the t naught in this equation, so that is the 4 omega square s by theta naught square. 4 omega square s by theta naught square. And similarly to write 4 omega square s by theta r square. Theta r square. Okay, those are the acceleration, maximum acceleration during the outstroke period and return stroke periods. Is it clear how to get the our maximum acceleration during outstroke and return strokes, and how to get the maximum velocity during the outstroke and return strokes?